Can you use an old nuvi for off-roading, walking, hiking? Maybe. I am specifically looking at this one, the 1100 LM, because if you go on eBay and look for these things, oh, these are cheap. These are real cheap. You can, 15 bucks you can find these things, and if you put in a 32 gig memory card, as long as you have an LM model, that means lifetime maps. That means sure, you can get the United States in this, at least for United States releases of this. Right, so the question, could this be used for walking? Well, the first thing to note is that yes, it does have a pedestrian mode. Let me show that again. See the little dude right there? There, we're in pedestrian mode now. Now this thing was designed for city walking and not necessarily for the mountains and hiking. Before we get into that, let's go back to the automobile mode first. The thing which is valuable about this for people who off-road is right there, the elevation. So if you're going up the mountain, driving around and such, yeah, that's important. It also has an off-road mode. So you've got faster time, shorter distance, less fuel off-road. Meaning it will do a straight line from A to B, because there's no streets in the woods, obviously. In addition to that, wherever you are, you can tap the vehicle icon, and it will give you your current coordinates, and you can save the location. Okay, good. Kind of like what you would do with a handheld trail unit like a Garmin E-Trex or something like that. And as a matter of fact, let me set this to track up. Oh, there it is. Right, so with track up, we get a compass right there. Now this always points north. So for example, if I just do let me pick a location here that's got some distance to it. Okay, so if I go there, yeah, you see how this turns? Now this thing always points north, and you can also change this to direction of travel. So you are traveling north right now, and this is the actual direction that you're traveling. And as you see, it's going A to B, straight line, off-road. Okay, good. So that is if you're doing the 4x4 thing. Now in pedestrian mode, well, it's a little different. So if I do basically the same thing, let me just do that location and hit go. All right, select your known location. Okay, walk. Yep. Now when you do this, you actually have to manually advance, and it tells you to, if you've never done it before, it will tell you you have to walk, and that circle right there is the GPS resolution, and then you walk and it will follow along with you. And when you get to the next point, you hit this, and then you get here and you hit that, and when you get here you hit that, and so on, and to our destination. Might as well just show the whole thing. So then we're almost there. Turn. And there we are. And when you arrive, you hit stop. So, yes, you could use this for hiking, I suppose. Let me do that again. All right, go. Yeah. Recent. Yeah. select. I want to see if it actually shows the compass. Okay, in this mode it does not. It does not. And you've only got two options here for route preference, and pedestrian mode is on-road and off-road. Now if I do the off-road, it's the same thing. It just shows a straight line. I might as well show that. Stop. Okay. Tools, settings, nav, off-road. As if we were hiking. Where to? Go. Recent. Select. Okay, yeah, so now it's showing the straight line from A to B. But in this one, I don't get the compass. I just get the line. And it shows the line straight from A to B. So ultimately, yes, you could use this for off-roading. You could use this for hiking, I suppose. It would be better, honestly, if you got a used Garmin. If you want to go on the cheap, Garmin eTrex, E-T-R-E-X. I think it's a Garmin eTrex 10. You can find these on eBay real easily. The one drawback to this is actually that. Now the 1100, if it's got a decent battery in it, or if you replace it, well, the original battery is rated to last 5 hours at 60 to 70% screen brightness. If you replace the battery with something like a 1000 milliamp hour or something like that, you may be able to get 7 hours out of it, possibly. I don't know. But with the eTrex, so what you can do is just change the batteries on the fly, which there's no way to just pop out the batteries in this. You have to unscrew the case and all this other stuff. I was like, where would I unscrew this? You know what? I've actually never taken one of these apart. Oh, I see. Okay. So the faceplate would come off, and I believe there's screws under here because I'm not seeing any in the typical places. Yeah. I should do that. I've got two of these. I should take it apart just to see how it goes. Anyway, the point is, I can't just pop batteries into this thing. But on an eTrex, a handheld, I could. In the vehicle, in a 4x4, okay, yeah, this would make more sense because you could plug this into a 12 volt and you can use any standard Garmin charger that uses mini USB, which is a lot of them. Only very recently with the DriveSmart 66, 76, 86 and so on did it switch over to USB-C, but the rest of them is just the big old 12 volt thing with the cigarette lighter type thing that goes in, and then it's got a mini USB over here. Like I said, you can use any of those, and you can get those cheap all day. It's not a problem. Oh, and I might as well show this too. The if you do get one of these, this is what the clip looks like. So that goes on like that. Standard 17 millimeter ball for this one. Can be used for hiking, could be used for 4x4. Let me just go back to the... Oh, come on, there we go. Auto. Like, I appreciate the automotive mode more just because, well, first of all, I get more on my screen. In the track up mode, I do get a visual compass, I do get a text-based compass, and from here I can see my elevation. So it can be used as an altimeter. That does count. It does work. But again, I do believe that a used eTrex, if going cheap with one of these, I think the eTrex is the better option. Ultimately, it's because of the battery. The fact I can do quick battery swaps in that one, whereas with this, no. Got to use the 12 volt charger on this one, so... Well, that gives you some information of how to navigate in the bush on the cheap.